Now I grew up down an old dirt road in a town you wouldn't know. My pops picked the place up for $1,500 back in 1964. My grandfather was a drinker back in the day, he put him down. But a war is known to change a man, and the whiskey's known to change a man. That's not me. I rarely drink from the bottle, but I'll smoke a little weed. I still live in the sticks where you wouldn't go, in a town of 1,200 off an old dirt road, and a country boy is all I'll ever be.
Hey guys, Justin Williams here, Dirt Time Adventures, shooting another video here at the Pigeon Roost Trail. Meeting up with my buddy Kris Rogers today, and we're going to get our hike on. I'm going to blaze some trails and see how much we can accomplish with this wind today. Just about 34 degrees, and just got done with some sleet. But it looks like it's going to clear out. It looks like we're going to have a bright, sunshiny day to be adventuring into the outdoors. So stick with us, guys. Woo. Alright guys, got some mittens on. You're gonna have to get a beanie on and get probably some type of face covering because it is cold out here today. I'm really excited though because Kris Rogers, like I introduced, invited me out to come out today and hang out. And a lot of what we're trying to develop is kind of a community and camaraderie of local bushcrafters and outdoorsmen. And you know, it takes effort. It takes making this type of thing a priority. Even when it's cold, windy, and blistering, you got to make it a priority and get out in the outdoors. And so hopefully we'll have a couple other guys show up and hike this trail. I think we're going to do the 4-mile loop. There's 8 miles altogether, but I think we're going to probably stop and do some training along the way, and brought some food to cook and just make a good fun day out of it, guys. So once again, invite you guys to come along with me. It's going to be a fun time, and to get to break in some gear and build some new friendships. Alright guys, Justin here with Kris Rogers of Rogers Rangers, out doing some trekking here at Pigeon Roost. And Kris, why don't you tell my viewers a little bit about what you're trying to get started here and the community you're talking about trying to develop?
Well, just trying to get people out in the outdoors, get them off the couch, get them out in the woods. Some of the bushcrafting that you learn, practice in your backyard, let's get it out here on the trails, put it to some use. Set up some camps, eat some food. It's better than going to the gym, isn't it?
Yeah. So guys, be sure to check out Kris's page at Rogers Rangers, Ozark Rogers Rangers?
Rogers Rangers Ozarks.
Rogers Rangers Ozarks. So like him on Facebook. He's got some awesome videos out there, guys. And be sure to give him a like and follow him.
For animals. So you want to, if you're setting up traps or anything like that, this would be a good area. But obviously not here because it's got the human trail. But
Yeah.
I've seen deer, rabbit, all kinds of stuff just walking up and down the trail here. Like I said, this hillside over here, it's nothing but coyote, bear, bobcat. I haven't seen much boar here though.
No, I've not seen a lot of boar here either.
The devil's eyebrow, covered in them. and my daughter came, this was a beach.
It's a lot farther down.
About a month ago.
Oh, a month ago? You could get down in there?
She was sitting right over here throwing rocks. The water was...
Oh, I see what you're saying. The water was that high.
With flint and steel. There you go. That's what you look for. It's just gravel here. Another reason why I don't have an expensive knife, you don't want to bang it with a rock.
Yeah.
See the sparks?
Yeah.
I didn't even have to do anything to the rock.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you got to bust the rock to get a sharp edge.
Get a sharp edge.
But this is another reason why I don't go barefoot.
Yeah. Get some of that in your foot and you have a bad day. Does the trail actually go up that way from here?
Yeah, it goes up and around. That's where I was going to take you to the back of the end of this cove. We go off trail just a little bit, and there's 3 caves. One of them's probably underwater right now.
They're back up on here?
Another one's kind of just a little cut in and out of the limestone, and then the other one's got a fence around it with a metal door on it.
Just to keep people out for the bats, probably?
Yeah, they said closed for research, but what I've heard is it's access into the big deep cave system, and people would go in there and get lost.
Oh, that's crazy.
So they closed it off.
Yeah, this is a neat spot here. It's a shame you can't just camp anywhere out here, but it makes sense because you have crazy people out here just trashing the place, making camps everywhere.
I camp, even if it's in a camp area, I make it look like I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I probably carried out a few thousand pounds of trash out off this trail alone.
Yeah. All right, where to next, buddy? You going up this way?
We'll go through. Usually I keep enough room in my pack to carry trash, because like I said, other people camp down here a lot and they trash the place. Even though I call it my secret spot, it's not really secret. But this area right here with these caves, this is why the Indians had that bent tree up on top of by the trailhead.
Yeah.
You know, the Osage here traveled from the rivers in the summer to the highlands in the winter. And they lived in bluffs like this. This very well could have been an old spot where they just squatted. I've slept here, it's pretty comfy. The house is at least a couple of 6-foot tall men. Usually I carry my, thinking about it, my knife on my hip,
Yeah.
like you're doing. I learned carbon steel, you see old mountain men wear the knife on their neck.
Yeah, the neck knife.
Good reason to do that was keeping it dry.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing was you're always aware of it because it's right here. But these bigger knives that weigh like a pound, I don't like them on my pants, pulling my pants off.
Oh, this is cool. And that other way doesn't end up anywhere either? That way?
It does, but I don't know how far. I don't do this for Uncle. My brother had done a bunch of that when he was younger. It does get smaller and smaller though.
Let's go.
Somebody's camped in here.
Oh, I bet. That'd be a cool place to camp.
Small fire. There's a little too in here.
Two in here for you?
Well, the
Oh, the fire is smoke?
It needs to be like right there.
Yeah.
It's not here. Well, you don't want to damage these rocks. You start getting too much heat.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about that. Looks like they've already cracked right there, son.
Well, even with the natural fissures, you're weakening the rock doing that.
Yeah. And that one over, that cable over there just does the same thing, kind of a little elbow.
Yeah, this one tapers down small. You could probably keep going if you.
Might go back a little bit. Copperheads, though, this time of year. We were doing some caving there at Devil's Den. Some of the ones they had open. And even them, there are copperheads all in them.
It's too cold now. Sometimes there's some little bats sleeping on the ceiling in here. It's probably too cold for them.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
And you can tell it's a live cave. Got somewhat of the formations out here.
Yeah. That's cool. I have to bring a headlamp and go back in there next time. That's neat. I can definitely sleep in here.
Getting out of that wind. So finding ways to get out of the element. If there's an emergency or whatever.
Kind of looks like a skull on those other side, with little eyeballs and nose and mouth's underwater.
And the thing about sheltering up in places like this, though, you might get an animal try to get in with you at some point.
Be sleeping next to a
They're
coon.
thinking the same thing you are.
Yeah.
But I use this a lot. The green, when it's green, the leaves are good if you're congested.
Mm-hmm.
The main ingredient in Mucinex
Comes from the mullein.
comes from mullein.
Yeah.
So when it's green on the fire, it works really good as a smudge.
See, I was talking about this the other day, using it as toilet paper, and it's called mullein, and that's what the stock comes out of, huh?
Yeah, that's what I showed you there is a second generation plant. It grows the first year like this.
Yeah.
Second year it'll grow a stalk, and then it dies.
Okay. See, I didn't know that. See,
all over there. Yeah, my first initial use for it was toilet paper.
yeah. See, that's
I
all I've
didn't know
ever.
anything about it.
And so you say these smaller buds here can be used for like the Mucinex, making a tea?
Yeah, I would use like small handful. You can't like overdose on it or take too much. It's not bad for your liver or kidneys or anything like that. That's stuff I always look at too, because you can overdo things and hurt your liver, hurt your kidneys,
Yeah.
tear up your stomach lining. But another thing too, if you're low on water, you notice how it collects water.
Yeah. It's got all kinds of dew on it.
So what I do is pick that and just suck it off with a leaf.
Oh, and there's got tons of water on it.
You can sometimes, if it's wet enough, squeeze the water out, but I found it's easier to just suck it off of the hairs. And unlike most plants that's got a bunch of hairs on it, these don't irritate you. Stinging nettle,
Yeah.
and it don't really taste like anything.
Can you eat this raw?
I don't know if you can eat it.
Don't taste half bad. I mean, I'm not eating it, but
I know
sucking the waters out of it don't taste half bad.
like herbal blends that people put in with their tobacco to stretch their tobacco, they use it. The Indians used to smoke it for medicine to expel mucus from their lungs.
Yeah.
But I suggest making a tea. Smoking anything's bad. I'm a cigarette smoker. No, smoking's bad. Yeah, this is a good one here. That bright color mint green.
Yeah.
That means it's got a lot of the, like any vegetable, when it's younger, it's got a lot more of the nutrients in it than it does when it's
Bigger.
more mature.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can find some of the leaves big enough to clean your pots and pans with. Split the end of the stick and put it in. And then this is your spindle. You use a stronger stick up here. So this would be up in the stick.
That way you can use the mullein branch
you can
stalks.
use a stronger stick to wrap the string around, and then this is actually what you're grinding down.
So the mullein stalk will actually be your kind of your tip.
I've not found any mullein where I could wrap a string around it without it snapping.
Yeah.
But,
I've seen guys who carry just a little tidbit piece of yucca, and they'll attach it to the end of like a hardwood or something.
You can find yucca in the forest around here, but
only time I found it naturally, it didn't have the stalk in an animal or something had eaten it out.
But this stuff's good for feathering.
And makes good kindling too, right?
When it's not wet and rotten. You see it feathers up pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, mulleine's a good one for fire. It's a good one for, I use it part of my tea. I always make pine needle tea, so I add it in. I figure why not?
Yeah. So
makes me feel like I'm harvesting something.
Mm-hmm.
But this spot here is always
horse hoof mushroom.
It's a type. It's starts with an A. Amadou, something like that. I'm real bad with the remembering names thing.
And you say you can use that for like a earth or like a board or for your bow drill, hearth board.
And the inside part here, you notice the lines up and down.
Yeah.
It's tubular. It's hard to see in this light here, but there's nothing but a bunch of little holes. It's like a bunch of tubes, like straws put together.
Mm-hmm.
And that holds the coal really well. Friction fire, or even if you're just needing a coal to help get that wet stuff going,
yeah,
this is really good. If you boil it in ash water and process it down, you can hammer it out flat almost like a sheet, and you can strike flint and steel spark and catch it on this mushroom as well.
Wow.
Here in the south, this is about the only thing we have for a tender fungus.
Cool.
But you see this one practicing primitive fire. This would be
Pine
one you
knots.
don't see any.
Packed full of resin.
I don't see any on the ground. If I was desperate and wanted those real bad, I'd get them off there, but we're not staying the night, so I'm leaving them.
Yeah. That's cool though.
But, you lay all these together, build a little teepee fire on top of them, and once these start going, they'll burn for a long time. Like if you spent more time gathering those than firewood, you'd have a fire lasting all night with less work.
Cool. Pine knots.
I learned that experiment with mushrooms, how well they will hold a coal. Something was eating on that one.
Dum dum dum, bum bum bum, bum bum bum. All right.
Only played music.
Enough playing with the puffball mushrooms. Back to the trail.
You ain't enjoying it. Why are you coming?
All right, guys. Well, we just wrapped up the first half of the loop there at the Pigeon Roost Trail. Put in a little over 4 miles. Did a lot of exploring, and Kris taught me some awesome things out here, so I'm real grateful for him. Kris, thanks, man, for bringing me out and spending time with me. I'll have to do it more often. And so, once again, guys, I want to encourage you guys, get into the outdoors. And if you're not online and checking Kris out, be sure to get on there and find him and follow his stuff. And we learned, like I said, a lot of cool things and a lot of neat things, especially like this tree right here. Kris, tell me a little bit again about this tree real quick.
Indians bent these trees for whatever reason. I can't find much on them other than they all point north. There's within 5 miles a cave, a river, and a spring. Every one of them's got those within a 5-mile radius. So this is a good example of one.
Yeah, and just all kinds of cool stuff like that. And you won't really get the full benefit of this type of thing without actually getting out here and experiencing it for yourself. A lot of what Kris was saying is, it's one thing to see it and read it, it's another thing to be able to touch it. So, man, it was a blast, had a good time. I definitely want to do it again.
Most definitely.
And we'll have to go try to explore some new areas. So once again, this is Justin with Dirt Time Adventures and Kris with Rogers Rangers Ozarks. And just remember, guys, keep it practical, primitive, prepared.
And get out.
All right. Hey, thanks again, man. That was a
yeah.
great time. I'm actually kind of discouraged that it's over.
2 flags fly above my land and really sum up how I feel. One is the colors that fly high and proud, the red, the white, the blue. The other one's got a rattlesnake with a simple statement made. Don't tread on me is what it says, and I'll take that to my grave. Because this is me. I'm proud to be American and strong.